Hello everyone, my name is Unicao, and today I have a small info update for all of you. So, as most of you may or may not know, we've been given new information for the future update that we don't really know when, but that we know it's coming out, so we know it. We know it. So, for starters, um we could either be seeing us getting the update at the end of April or the beginning of May, right? Uh, and they have only told us a few things about the update. They are keeping some things hidden, but they are generous enough to keep us enticed with a few things for it. So, for starters, they're going to be fixing up slug spawns so there aren't 500 slugs around that your computer and Minecraft itself is constantly having to remember and just build up more and more and more and more. So this will help fix the NBT problem. And with that whole issue with having to load, as I just said, all those entities, it will hopefully fix the world crashing. I have lost 3 worlds, and I want to do a survival let's play, but I don't want, myself getting so far along and it just be insta deleted because 499 basic. I don't want 500 million slugs to be the reason why I'm losing all my progress. Another thing that they've said, and one that I'm already excited for them fixing the slug spawns, but something I'm been super excited about and wondering ever since I've started making videos about this mod, is the slug racks. They say they are changing up the slug racks just a bit. My guess is that we are going to be able to pick them up without our slug capsules flying out. Kind of like how when you place a chest down and it just breaks and all of your items going out. Or we will finally be able to see which slugs we have in the rack with them being like how we see the slug capsules in our hands. Like for this example, see how I'm able to actually see the flopper in my hand, right? But when you store it, you can't tell what's in there. You can't tell what that is. You would need to keep like a sign, or need to get like jade or whatever to actually see what's all in your in its inventory. Like can't tell, can't tell, can't tell, can't tell. Nothing. Can't tell nothing. So my guess is that it'll finally be see-through, like how the capsules in our hands are, or just on display in general. Or we will be getting how would one say, a GUI. Kind of like how when we open up chests or something, so we can mix and match and place where we want. Personally, I think they should just maybe try and make it see-through or something like that. I feel like that might be too hard. That might be too hard. I don't know how these capsules kind of are way bigger. So unless they want to increase the size of that might make it a good bit more difficult on their part. So I don't know. So the whole see-through thing of where we can see what slug is what in the slug rack might be, a few things farther in the future. So most likely we'll be able to pick it up without it breaking. So another thing, they say they are going to be adding new blocks, new items, and new recipes, and also new sustainable food sources. As you already know, there is glow shroom stew, cooked crawler leg, cooked dino rat tail, cooked slughound meat, neon pie, this is actually kind of cool, and barley loaf. Now, personally, I'm not really finna be crunching on this loaf or, crawler leg. Maybe the neon pie, but certainly not dino rat tail or slughound meat. It just ain't me. That just ain't me. So hopefully they'll be making more stuff where you can mix and match to, maybe get a not this kind of stew, maybe something better. Personally, I'm just finna go up in the other world, make a cake, whatever, get an apple, whatever, and eat that. Because I'm not trying to be like that guy from the one episode who snatched up a fly out of thin air and ate that mug. I'll show you a picture now. All right. So, as I said, new blocks, new items, new food sources, and new recipes. That's kind of already given with the new blocks and items. This could lead to be to being able to be in Slugterra for a more permanent and easier time. Like let's say you're trying to do a full Slugterra survival thing. You're in there forever and always. This could make it easier to like I mean it'd almost be impossible because like you have to have a whole bunch of resources to automatically get into Slugterra, and some people might not have the forethought to bring tree saplings that they like, seeds that they like, whatever. This could help make it easier on them and those people who are trying to do such a thing. But this could also lead to new blasters, the slug trap, as you see behind me, finally being able to be craftable because it's in the game. It is fully in the game and it works. It works. Like, how can I do this? Watch this. Watch this. Let's get our flopper here. Oh, wow, that hurts them. Are they able to get out of that? I've never... No, they cannot. Oh, come here. Test subject numero uno. Go, boy. Do as you're told. Or you're been fed to the slug hound. Get after it. Go. Do as I say. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Bro, why did I not think of that? Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Well, uh, you know, it works. Sort of, kind of. Hopefully they'll change that up, so, you know. Oh yeah, creative or whatever. Alright, well, never using that thing. But yeah, it is in the game. It just isn't craftable. See, when I first started playing this game, playing this mod, I thought, oh, look, some sort of flower shape. I don't know, it's Slugterra. It could literally be anything. No, it's this. It doesn't, it doesn't activate when you walk across it, though. I don't think any other animal. Here, let's go test. Good old pig. Oh, it does activate. Okay. So, just not with... that's my good buddy. I ain't testing it on. But yeah. So hopefully these will finally be able to be a thing. Now, if you're more slug friendly, this isn't really for you because as you saw, it does hurt pretty much any entity. But if you don't give a crap and you're just trying to look for your furnace or whatever, this is the slug for you. I mean, this is the item for you because you could leave it out, let it activate, come back after 15 or so minutes, and boom, let's see what you got. And with them, turning down the spawn times on slugs, this could kind of help you out. Yeah, wait, how should I say? Like, because they're making it more like how Slugterra actually is in my eyes. So you're not seeing 50,000 animals just roaming around your feet at all times. Because in the show, with how much civilization was there, you really only saw them beating around in the grass, hanging from a ceiling or so, just chilling overall. And so this could possibly help you out because with, lower spawn time or lower spawn ratios, it makes it harder to actually find slugs. So like slug holes might actually be one of the more viable ways to actually find slugs now. Let's see. Oh, as I said, this could also lead to more blasters. So you might be getting different versions. Overall, maybe like Wheelshane's. We could also be getting Wheelshane's blaster, which is also just a reskin of Eli's. Well, Eli's is a reskin of Wheelshane's. It's just like, see that thin line of orange right here where my cursor is? Keep that, but keep that around the blaster, right? Just make everything else white. I'm pretty sure that's how his blaster was. So we might be getting new blasters. I really hope so. Personally, a blaster that I want is John Bull's blaster. Something like John Bull or early days Dr. Black or Billy's blaster. Because those are all pretty much the exact same type, just different, variants type thing. I'll throw up some pictures. Leave a comment down below what blaster you would like to see come to the game. Maybe Trixies or Chords, not Prontos, because it's Prontos, and we already have that with the MK3 or whatever. Oh, and another thing. This could be just, wishful thinking, but hopefully, just maybe, with them saying, new recipes and items, maybe a bandolier. That's most probably 100% just my wishful thinking when it comes to that. Because I really want a bandolier. Because that could fix, for on-hand slug storage. That could fix so much stuff. Like, just pop up a GUI that you want to immediately take a slug from your little strap if you want to have it across your chest or across your waist. Or heck, even just have a slug pack and put it on your back, You could do that. 100%. Make a little GUI for it. There's plenty of other things that you could get the idea from, like base your code on, and I feel like they could do it. They are more than skilled enough to do that. 100% I believe in them, but that is most likely just my wishful thinking. Now, something else they told us. They labeled it as better ore generation. This could lead to either more or less being spawned in the world. It is 100% up to what they consider better. Because, as of now, if you're looking to farm diamonds, head to Slugterra. They have that generate almost everywhere you look. Diamonds, redstone, lapis, quartz, and gold. I find more of that everywhere in Slugterra than I do in the overworld. Except for quartz, because, that's in the nether. But it is truly up to them to what they consider better. Honestly, I have no clue. It's up in the air. So, another thing that they've labeled is Slug Powers Rebalance. This may be either making some things actually usable, with other strong slugs being made a bit weaker, to straighten out the curve. Such as, like, how should I label it? With some slugs doing, like, a base damage of literal 2, and you got others dealing 43. I'm looking at you. Hoprocks and Granooks. Yeah, they deal pretty much around the high 30s to low 40s. Don't take that away from me, please. I love these guys. I'm gonna be honest. I love these guys no matter what. They're literally my favorite slug. I love their design. My favorite overall. I don't care about the Infernus. I don't care about the Fluttering. I don't care about Flaringos. I don't care about the Enigmo. I love Hoprocks. This besides the point. So they're going to be straightening out the curve. Now, how they're going to be doing it could straight up just make other weaker slugs a point or two stronger, or making their abilities stronger. Like, obviously, when they're in their Velocimorph forms, some have abilities, like Piper. She shoots out I'm just going to call it a Siren Blast, that deals about 12 damage, right? They could either make that a little bit weaker, while making, how would one say, the Vine Drill's tendrils, when it spawns, making that do either a little bit more or a little bit less, or stick around longer or stick around less. Or with the Flatulorhynchus, make the poison last longer, but, a little bit weaker. I forget what poison it's. I forget what poison it is. Here, let's test that out. Let's test this. Poison. Just gives them 1. So they can make it a little bit longer or whatever. Point being, they're going to be changing up the powers, so you might really want to reconsider your arsenal. So, one of the last things, and not really what I'm super happy. Okay, not happy. What one of the things that I'm not super excited about is they are going to be adding a natural way to leave Slugterra. Now, automatically, there are two things that come to my mind that are straight from the show. One, with you have to use a slug to leave Slugterra. This could either be using Lariat to somehow get to a high place, boom, or you could build up to it if you're, not good. Or like how Eli Shane did with his, with Burpee, with his Infernus, and fly up there, right? Pretty much, I don't know how they would work that. I have zero clue. Zero clue. They can maybe work it like how they have the hover bug, with how when you jump and hold the ability button and fire to glide you up there, or what? I don't know. Combine that with how they have the armor shelt's ability to when you hold the ability button, you can change the direction in which it flies freely. Combine those, you can actually you could use a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? But and I don't mean like how should I say? I don't mean like a like another portal. I mean like a portal like how they were shown in the show. I think both times that portals were introduced in the show, it was from the Shadow Clan. One being to the crud, what is it called? I forget what it's called, but like from where Diablos Nacho was from originally, from that portal with like the Gate Guardian slugs, or the portal that they found by mistake, I think, from falling down a cave that took them to the other caverns where Junjay is from. But honestly, I don't really care for that, because in my mind there's already a way, but with another mod, but they're wanting to, and I respect this 100%. They're trying to make it to where you only have to rely on their mod. Like they don't need they don't want to have other people say, "Oh, I need this mod to make it good." I fully understand that. 1,000,000%, I'm along with it. Serious dedication these guys are on. They have serious dedication. Respect 1,000,000. And this could also be a way to fix how. Okay, so another thing that people have seen is when you go down to Slugterra and you go back up using waystones, because that's the way most people use right now, there is a invisible portal block that is being left where you have used the drop in the overworld. I have fixed this problem. It's very easy. Literally, just place blocks around it. You will eventually hear a break sound, like how you're breaking glass, and boom, that fixes the problem. I promise you. Another way that I've done, I don't know if this is 100%, use water, lava, something to interrupt its entity, quote unquote, being in existence, and that'll fix it. So yeah, that's pretty much all that they have given. They say they are holding some stuff from us just to, be a little secretive, keep us on our toes. Who wouldn't? I'm really excited for this. Again, I hope, for my hopes, Bandolier and more guns. Those are my hopes. I don't think those are coming. That's super wishful thinking, but that's just me. Yeah, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you have maybe learned something you didn't know or already know today, and I hope you have a wonderful day.